Hi guys, it's Miss Halligan. Today I told you guys to read a book for 10 minutes. This can count. I'm going to read it to you today, and it's Wonder, and so I'm going to be reading the first chapter to you guys today, and here we go. So here's Wonder. Okay, ordinary. I know I am not an ordinary 10-year-old kid. I mean, sure, I do ordinary things. I eat ice cream, I ride my bike, I play ball, I have an Xbox. Stuff like that makes me ordinary, I guess. And I feel ordinary inside. But I know ordinary kids don't make other ordinary kids run and scream in playgrounds. I know ordinary kids don't get stared at wherever they go. If I found a magic lamp and could have one wish, I wish that I could have a normal face that no one would ever notice at all. I would wish that I could walk down the street without people seeing me and then doing that look away thing. Here's what I think. The only reason I'm not ordinary is because no one else sees me that way. But I'm kind of used to how I look by now. I know how to pretend that I don't see the faces that people make. We've all gotten pretty good at that sort of thing. Mom and Dad and Via. Actually, I take that back. Via's not so good at it. She can get really annoyed that people do something rude. Like, for instance, one time in the playground, some older kids started making some noises. I don't even know what the noises were exactly because I didn't hear them myself, but Via heard them and she started yelling at the kids. That's the way she is. I'm just not that way. Via doesn't see me as ordinary. She says she does, but if I were ordinary, she wouldn't feel the need to protect me so much. And Mom and Dad don't see me as ordinary either. They see me as extraordinary. I think the only person in the world who realizes how ordinary I am is me. My name is August, by the way. I won't describe what I look like. Whatever you're thinking, it's probably worse. Why I didn't go to school. Next week, I start 5th grade. Since I've never been to a real school before, I am pretty much and totally and completely petrified. People think I haven't gone to school because of the way I look, but it's not that. It's because of all the surgeries I've had. 27 since I was born. The bigger ones happened before I was even 4 years old, so I don't even remember those. But I've had 2 or 3 surgeries every year since then. Some big, some small. And because I'm little for my age and I have other medical mysteries that doctors never really figured out, it was better that I didn't go to school. I'm much stronger now, though. The last surgery I had was 8 months ago, and I probably won't have to have any more for a couple years. Mom homeschools me. She used to be a children's book illustrator. She draws really great fairies and mermaids. Her boy stuff isn't so hot, though. She once tried to draw me of Darth Vader, but ended up looking like some weird mushroom-shaped robot. I haven't seen her draw anything in a really long time. I think she's too busy to take care of me and Via. I can't say I've always wanted to go to school because that wouldn't be exactly true. When I wanted to go to school, what I wanted was to go to school, but if I only could be like every other kid going to school. Have lots of friends, of hanging out after school and stuff like that. I have a few really good friends now. Christopher is my best friend, followed by Zachary and Alex. We've known each other since we were babies. And since they've always known me the way I am, they're used to me. When we were little, we used to have playdates all the time, but then Christopher moved to Bridgeport in Connecticut. That's more than an hour away from where I live in North River Heights, which is the very top tip of Manhattan. And Zachary and Alex started going to school. They have these new friends now. If we bump into each other on the street, they're still nice to me now. They always say hello. I have other friends too, but not as good as Christopher and Zach and Alex were. For instance, Zach and Alex always invited me to their birthday parties when we were little, but Joel and Iman and Gabe never did. Emma invited me once, but I haven't seen her in a long time. And of course, I always go to Christopher's birthday. Maybe I'm making too big a deal about birthday parties. How I came to life. I'm going to read a little bit more. These chapters are short. I like when Mom tells this story because it makes me laugh so much. It's not funny in the way a joke is funny, but when Mom tells it, Via and I just start cracking up. So when I was in my mom's stomach, no one had any idea I'd coming out the way I looked. Mom had Via 4 years before, and that had been such a walk in the park, Mama's expression, that there were no reason to run any special test. About 2 months before I was born, the doctors realized there was something wrong with my face, but they didn't think it was going to be bad. They told Mom and Dad I had a cleft palate and some other stuff going on. They called it small anomalies. There were 2 nurses in the delivery room the night I was born, one very nice and sweet. The other one, Mom said, did not seem at all nice or sweet. She had very big arms, and here comes the funny part. She kept farting. Like she'd bring my mom some ice chips and then fart. She'd check my mom's blood pressure and fart. I read that part. Mom says it was unbelievable because the nurse never even said excuse me. Meanwhile, Mom's regular doctor was on duty that night, so Mom got stuck with this cranky kid doctor she and Dad named Doogie from an old TV show or something. They didn't actually call him to his face. But Mom says that even though everyone was in the room was kind of grumpy, Dad kept making her laugh all night long. When I came out of my mom's stomach, she said the whole room got very quiet. Mom didn't even get a chance to look at me because the nice nurse immediately rushed me out of the room. Dad was in such a hurry to follow her that he dropped the video camera, which broke into a million pieces. And then Mom got very upset and tried to get out of bed to see where we were going, but the farting nurse put her big arms on Mom to keep her down in the bed. They were practically fighting because Mom was hysterical and the farting nurse was yelling at her to stay calm, and then they both started screaming for the doctor. But guess what? He had fainted right on the floor. So when the farting nurse saw that he had fainted, she started pushing him with her foot to get him up, yelling at him the whole time. "What kind of doctor are you? What kind of doctor are you? Get up! Get up!" And then all of a sudden she let the biggest, loudest, smelliest fart in the history of all farts. Mom thinks it was actually the fart that woke the doctor up. Anyway, when Mom tells this story, she acts out all the parts, including the farting noises, and it is so funny. Mom says the farting nurse turned out to be a very nice woman. She stayed with Mom the whole time. She didn't even leave her side after Dad came back and the doctors told them how sick I was. Mom remembers exactly what the nurse whispered in her ear that night. "Everyone born of God overcometh the world." And the next day, after I lived through the night, it was the nurse who held my mom's hand when they brought her to meet me for the very first time. Mom says that by then, they had told her all about me. She had been preparing herself for seeing me. But she says that when she looked down into my tiny, mushed-up face for the first time, all she could see is how pretty my eyes were. Mom is beautiful, by the way, and Dad is handsome. Via is pretty, in case you were wondering. I'm going to end here for right now. If you like me reading these to you, please comment on this so I know that you like it and I'm not just doing it just 'cause. But I love y'all. Have a great day.